Good evening, and good morning, wherever you may be. Welcome back to Warbringer. I think I'm online. Yep, all good. Let's get some music going. I'm in the right scene as well. Start with some Gershwin. Okay, so where are we with the build? Thank you to last protagonist's suggestion to look at if Gore Girdle was viable, because it is. So I have a bunch here I'm going to double corrupt. And I have a backup one here that it's fine if the double corrupts don't work out. But I have a 19% energy shield one here. Maybe we'll hit something even better than 15% energy shield. I also realized that I can't necessarily buy an Aziri's Regalia that's going to be an upgrade, but I could look into making one. So I went and bought any that I could find that would be an upgrade if the Val cultivation orb goes well, for like under 10 div. So I did sell the controlled metamorphosis that I found, and I got 195 div. I already had like 10 or 20, so I went and bought a Heart of the Well. This hurt. This would be less than 5 div on normal league, and it was 50, but it's a massive DPS increase. On the other hand, these emeralds, Blightjoy and Dragonkurt, were like less than a div. I guess lightning crossbows is not that popular on second wind. So lucky me. So let's pull up the new path of building. So this is the current tree that's based on using ingenuity. And so I did the math. Well, I didn't do the math. Path of building did the math. And what it means is with Gore Girdle, I can drop Blade Catcher because we're already defending with 200% of armor. And I can drop Jade Heritage because this effective health pool is just coming from the 20% armor node. Because we're capped at 50% Fizz damage reduction. So we went from, if I open up the Ingenuity import, Fizz max hit 4,900, Elemental max hit 13,880 to 6.1k and 15.8k. So EHP has gone down, but that's because of the way POB calculates EHP, right? It has a enemy skill, physical damage, and lightning damage. So it assumes smaller hits, which means Gore Girdle appears to not be as good. But we don't get hit very often, and when we do, what we want to avoid is one-shots. So this helps us to avoid one-shots. Not that much more often, but more often. What it also allowed me to do, because I unspec'd from Blade Catcher, was I had another re-optimization of the tree, and I came up here through Catalysis, which is both damage, quite a lot of damage. The node on its own gives 30k DPS, and it's EHP. So the node gives 250 max hit on Fizz, and then I get another jewel, which is another 80k DPS. So this puts us at over 1 million DPS on Shockburst rounds if we've just reloaded a full fresh clip, versus, we're on the wrong skill, single target, versus 900k. And we have bigger max hits, so we should be safer. This particular tree, though, does require me to hit 94, which is fine. I can just wait on the jewel. We can do some leveling up. I can respec everything else though. And then as we go up to 96, I'll just take these 2 points here, which is, more HP, mana, and movement speed, and then enough dexterity that I'll be able to, if I want to spend 35 div, I think it is, maybe 50, on a level 20 Spirit Gem for Herald of Thunder, which will improve clear speed even more. But yeah, and our average damage has also gone up as well, thanks to all of these jewels. And we were able to fit in all of the run and gun. So 12% chance for 2 additional projectiles. 2 additional projectiles is 2 additional beams. So 10% of the time. Oh, we have zoomed out for some reason. Thanks, Instacam. You are not set to AI tracking. All right. So yeah, and then we have some other points we can take here if we want for more elemental damage. But yeah, that's about it. I've dropped some more reload speed. We have so much attack speed now. I think it should feel fine. Chance to reload immediate, I just dropped. We can add it back if we want to though. We can drop some like generic damage and put it back in. Or we can shift some generic damage, right? We can shift like the attack speed nodes to reload if we want to. So yeah, that's the plan. So I'm going to respec now. And then we'll just level up 1 level and then we can add the jewel. And then I'm going to do some crafting as well. Or some gamble crafting, I should say. Okay, so I need to drop blade catcher and let's take a strength here. And we can drop all of these. We can drop this. We can drop these. And we're dropping these 2 nodes. So this lets us take run and gun over here. Then I guess I'm just going to take strength. Oh, we're in the wrong weapon set. Oh, okay, yeah, I need to respec out of these because it's using one of the points. I believe I can take all of these. I didn't think I can take the dual socket yet. Yeah, 1 more level. What am I missing? Um, Missing something. What am I missing? I should be using 18 of my weapon set points. Yeah, 6 points remaining. What have I missed? I feel like I've taken some points somewhere. Hmm. 18, 18. I mean, I need to be... I was going to take 3 points here on weapon set 2, but I only have 1 point. Why do I only have 1 point? I should have way more. Do I still have something that I dropped? I don't see it. 117 points allocated. I wish I could see how many points I had allocated. Oh, it was these two. There we go. Right, right, right. There we go, yeah. We do weapon set 2 on exploit. And run and gun. And then the next point will go into this dual socket, and then the 2 points after that will go into gem enthusiast. Okay. There we go. Dropped the area damage up here. It was sneaky. It was hiding. All right, Gamblecraft time. So this is already twice corrupted. I do want to. I don't know if I can Val Cultivation Orb a twice corrupted item. So I don't know if I've wasted 1 divine. This only costs 1 divine. The fact that it was only 1 divine maybe means I have wasted it, but let's find out. All right, we missed. That's fine. You can do it though. What did it remove? The no attribute requirements. All right. So this one is 243% armor. So we're hoping to just hit big with an armor roll, you know? Well, I hit armor, but I did not hit the mana cost converted to life. So it's good for someone. That's a shame. I really do need it to hit the mana cost converted to life, because I'm pretty sure, because I don't have a source of leech, I'm not Fizz. If I was Fizz, then this will be very good. All right, last chance. Oh no, this is only... Oh no, that's okay. I also have this one, which is currently not corrupted, so we can Val infuse it first. All right, that one also removed... What did it remove? The all res. So this is now worthless, but that's fine. And then we have this one. So let's just check trade. So a 1900 armor, that still has life converted. But I didn't hit the all res. But I did hit the also a thing. Like, it's similar to this one, right? But it has more armor. Less energy shield. I can just throw it back up for maybe 100 divines. This one is cheap. These are both cheap because they lost the all res. Yeah. Should I be... What's a fair price? This one has 20 all res, bunch of armor and energy shield. It's a shame I can't see more of like what has sold. I'll start it at 200 divines. Just make my money back, you know, from all my investments. This is worthless. This has lost the all res. And this didn't hit anything good. So and then the last one. So first I'm going to Val Infuser because I think that's the best use of corruption. All right. Well, we didn't corrupt before we used up all of our infusers. What do I want? 3 more. I really can't be bothered to wait. I don't want to spend my whole stream waiting for stuff, so someone can have their premium price. There we go. Cool. Alright, and I need another cultivation orb. I will try and get a better price. Trying to buy some craniums as well to just finish rolling these pretty decent emeralds that I found. Either double attack speed or double damage with attack speed. Lightning pen is whatever. I don't know how quickly the market moves. Maybe I should just buy one for 6. Yeah, let's just get on with our day. All right, boom. Ooh, that's a brick. Bye-bye. Well, that was throwing away like 80 divines, but that's fine. Cultivated, no. Let's just see if there's any more. We don't want evasion rating. 14 div for another go. Yeah, that's the cheapest I'm going to get for a while, I think, for another go. So I'm going to do that. I got no other use for my divines right now. You never know. This gambling is fun, eh? I could probably fire sale some stuff as well. Alright, let's see if we can get one for 5. We should be able to. Oh, I'm running low on gold again. Okay, well. I've already got the Architect's Orb, so while we're waiting for that, let's double corrupt some belts. So, cold res, max fire res, and poof, of course, poof. I don't think max fire is better than more energy shield, to be honest. Could have a look and see if there's some more gore girdles to buy. Gore girdle, it's a fun word to say. I want 2 charm slots. I don't really care about anything else. Okay, these are chaos. Let's buy an exalts. Although I can't really afford to do too much purchasing. It's 11k a buy. Alright, I'll come back later. How much are they? Oh, these are very cheap. 1x each. Alright, well, I will spend the last of my gold. Because those were only 1x, which is significantly cheaper. Okay, poof. And 15% energy shield again. But it's more strength and more life regen, more armor. So I'll take that. There aren't any. Max lightning? Nope. It's cold. Okay, there aren't any with max res. Oh, it's because I'm not looking for enchants. Alright, there's none with max res. What are the other stats? Middling? Let's do 5 div. This one for 1 div. One div. And as always, I'm out of gold, so let's pop this in here ready for a cultivation orb. I need to populate 2 of my new skills, so artillery ballista, which I have planned out. So it is getting reinforced totems 2. Urgent totems 3. Hardy totems 2. I don't think I'm going to bother with Towoa's tending. I think I'd rather just have more tanky from them. Then efficiency. And overabundant. Wait, where did I just put efficiency? Naughty. And overabundance, even though it reduces the time, I think it's worth it because what I want is just the. Yeah, well, how much does it cost? It costs 150 mana to cast. I'm going to cast a bunch of them. Yeah, I need efficiency. I could increase the max rares, or I could do prolonged duration to try and counter effect the overabundance. The reason I want to do this is because I want the ancestral spirits to buff me, but then at the same time, I also want damage from hits to go to my totem. And I don't really have the mana capacity to be just like casting them constantly. I might have to give up some life for some mana, you know? Also, Omens of Corruption are like 5 div on the private league. Okay, let's do Ancestral Spirits though. So far, I've got Prolonged Duration. This should affect their abilities as well. And Magnified Area. Because they like cast buffs as far as I know. I've not tested it yet. We'll also give them Culling Strike. And Brutus's Brain. Brains. Oh, we got our first cranium. That's cool. I also got a couple of tablets to do some abyssal depth diving. Because I do want some Omens of Light. I want to roll this 21 strength off of my amulet. So I need some Omens of Light and Echoes. And they're like 75 div for some crazy reason. Hmm. And put our Architect's Orbs back. Alright. This is what? Regalia number 5? It did remove the life cost conversion, but it's not an upgrade. Uh, 1500 to, I'm going to have to check the trade site. 1500 total. Like, probably like 20 div. Probably sell quick for 20 div maybe. Can always reduce it later. Don't know why I'm placing these in a random spots, but we'll just put them all there. Okay, so I need to go get some gold now. I've got tablets. Do I have a Brutus brain? I feel like I found one. I did not. All right. So I also need to go and find how much money? 120. Need 1,000 gold though. Uh, there's no buy orders. So let's offer half. I do need a 5th socket. I don't think +1 does anything. I think the level doesn't really make a difference to the buffs, and we're going to have them doing no damage. We've got Culling Strike. We already have a source of blind, and I think Artillery Ballista maims. Hmm. What could we do? What could we do? They're not doing damage, they can't stun. They can just do on-hit effects. You just give them rapid casting, I guess. And then wait for the Brutus Brain. If we get 3 more blue gems, then I get my mana, but only when I'm level 96 anyway. So no issue there. And we're still immune to Ignite no matter what skill we're using. Where is it? There we go, immune to Ignite. Galvanic. Shockburst. Cool. So what's my best? This is one of my best, so let's Cranium. And I'll use my Echoes. See what I can roll. Don't want any of those. I guess I'm taking Dex. 1% Dex. Wow, these like percent attributes are annoying. But I still think it's the best shot at getting a modifier we want, right? Making perfect duels is difficult. Alright, we're half an hour into the stream. We've been gambling a bit. So let's leave this here. I think Plague Shard is my best all round. I don't need that. Attack speed, damage, damage. Attack speed, damage, damage. But this has more damage, damage. So Honor Curio is probably my lead. Penetrate, yeah, penetrate isn't a big issue. Put this in here. Until we get another echoes. Okay, so let's go depths diving. See if we can find Vandroth or Tazgul. So it should be tankier. Though I haven't got the, what do you call it? Wooden wall yet. So I don't need to be casting artillery ballista. Unless I want the, I guess if I want the buffs from these spirits. It's like more defense, or increased defense, increased damage, and increased skill speed. So this should be pretty good for DPS and survivability. Let's grab this. Let's head over here. I'm going to drop these in favor of 2 more chances at depth. So it's like 30% total, 32%. Oh, there we go. We got Brutus Brain. Nice. Roll of Thunder, Charge Infusion. All right. So that gives me 50% increased damage. Cool. Can't complain about that. That's like 100k DPS. More, I think. So the Gore Girdle makes us much tankier against Elemental because of the... There isn't a cap on Elemental damage reduction from Gore Girdle, just on Fizz. Proximal. Alright, just eating all the temp chains. They're hard to avoid in here. Definitely feeling the slow reload. I think Dominus Grasp is the right choice for Galvanic clear speed. We can just keep these rares to sell. can leave those rares there and come back for the expedition after I'm done with the delirium. I am feeling tankier. Might be psychosomatic, but I feel like I'm just not taking anywhere near as much damage. But I do also feel like my Galvanic Shards is firing significantly slower. Character feels a little bit more sluggish. That also just might be when Onslaught isn't up. I'm back for the essence because we're running out of delirium. And I do want some splinters so I can do simulacrum in a bit. No delirium boss, that's fine. He has 20 million HP. Was a more Monster Life map. 20 million HP went down pretty quick. We're at 60k. Yeah, I need more gold. More gold for the gold gods. Let's head back to the... I have a bunch of stuff I need to do and there's no checkpoints anywhere in the map. Where are my checkpoints at? Running myself into a dead end. Very good. I'm really enjoying the process of writing the script for my big yappy video about making builds in this game. That's why everything felt like it was dying slow. We've got corruption. We had delirium, extra life. All adds up. Plus 6 melee. Yeah, nothing else good. We always keep Widow Hails to corrupt, though not with a corruption amulet. I should probably buy an Omen of Amelioration. They're probably ridiculous. 200! What the... Okay, I just won't die. Right, I just won't die. Let's respec out of Encase in Jade so that we can do that. I don't think I need overabundance. I think instead I want prolonged duration, and we'll just roll the dice on what we get in terms of spirits. I think I'd rather my totems be alive for a lot longer. That's their job. And if we don't get a good spirit, we don't get a good spirit. Now advanced info lasts 16 seconds. That's much better. My DPS has definitely gone up on Shockburst. Quite a lot. So I think I'm pretty happy with where the damage is. Monsters are immune to fizz, can't be evaded, that's fine. Always crits. Probably don't want that. Let's try and avoid it. Let's do that. Why things are feeling so slow. Is it the reload speed? I mean, temp chains obviously doesn't help. I'm going to collect all this stuff and sell it because I need the moolah. Take our gold and go. Why so slow? What have I specced out of that's making me feel so slow? I should even feel faster. It's not like I specced out of generic attack damage. All I removed was reload speed. Did this map have chilled ground? Was I chilled and just didn't notice? Maybe I just feel slow. I was also going to think about buying some 2-socket boots, but it's unlikely I'll be able to afford them. Give me one moment. No depths, but that's fine. We got more temp chains maps. No, this one. Oh, this one's fine. I am going to buy an Ameliorage. Actually, it's not really worth it before 95. Once we unlock Temple, we should make a bunch of XP. I'll just do some snaking, you know. Another 20 crystals that we can get. I'll hit 94 and get my last gem, which is such a big damage boost. And then we can go do some bossing and Delhi. Just realize these are two of the same citadel. But where are the others? That means there should be a few sets. Wow, I can see the mansion in the mists, but not another citadel. I guess I'll go this way. Flotsam or Lofty Summit? Let's do Flotsam. Oh, I need another precursor or powerful boss. These are Waystone ones. Strongbox, effectiveness. Experience? I'll take some experience and rare monsters. And essences, yeah. I'll take all of those, sure. Oops. Did walk into an explosion there. What if that was a fizz explosion? Maybe my gore girdle saved me. What is this? Feeling pretty good. Though I'm not getting as much prolip. I feel like there was a point in this build where I felt like the Herald of Thunders were, you know, really, really hitting. Wow, and like rares coming out of the abysses are getting insta-gibbed. Ooh, what is that? I don't know what that is. Iron Ride. You have no accuracy penalty at distance. Doesn't seem very good. I'm just keeping stuff, and I don't know why. We're heading into the end game of this league. I'm not going to be doing much else. I don't really need any more money. Got like one more stream in this league, and then it's Timmy League. One more stream after today, that is. There's a depths, but it's not a dark domain. I feel like I should run it anyway, just in case there's a void. Chance at a light. But yeah, I'm definitely feeling quite tanky, even without the totems up. So I imagine hopefully the boss will feel relatively easy as well. Alright, let's empty my bags and do this depths because I'm at the boss now. Apparently there's a shrine I've missed. At least gold comes easy. It's always surprising when I run out. Keeping crafting bases even though I got nothing to craft. I ain't making a new crossbow. I had a look to see if there's any I could buy for like even 100 div isn't an upgrade. Not on this server. I wonder if all of my chains is making it so Herald of Thunder doesn't have a chance to prolife. This is why I'm not getting those like big red and blue explosions. Ooh, it's a void. I've got an echoes. That's quite a lot on this server. Oops. Didn't actually mean to do that. There might be other things to discover. There are. Did have a cheeky look around earlier for some megalos, but to be honest, unless you get 2 nodes, there wasn't really anything that beat an emerald for DPS, and there were no megalos available for any of the good defensive nodes. All right, that'll do, I think. I don't think this is 80. Oh, it is 82. All right. Well, we'll just leave things in here and go kill the boss. Stop picking up random rares now. Feel like a million DPS, does it? Methinks POB might overestimate the power of fresh clip. T3, T3, T6. Yeah. Honestly, I can't be bothered. Sorry, one sec, one sec. Needed to take care of something? Okay. Just continue over to the next tower, which is also a corrupted zone, which is cool. More experience. Another temp chains map. What is this? Is glass animals? It is. Love glass animals. pick up amulets, you never know. Yeah, I do just feel like I'm just not really taking damage anymore. Even the big hits, they don't like knock me so low that I like brick it. No turtling. Oh, I missed a chest. Nice chest. Oh, I guess what I thought was shit damage was DR. Can I kill him outside of his little hole? I can't, right? I have to wait. T1 cold. We will find the depths that we are looking for. I can feel it in me bones. Double leech. Life, yes. Yeah, that needed a flat roll, I think. But yeah, I do feel like I'd be better off giving up a life roll for a mana roll somewhere. I'm out of T15s. I'm probably out of Varlorbs. Go through quite a lot of them, yeah. Don't have enough exalts to craft all these though. Boo, we're out of Varlorbs. Alright. They are 2 to 1, so I should get like 70 for a div. 30. 99, what? Let's throw these in. $16 there. Oh, we've got 2 more 16s. Would also be a quick level up if I get a +1 monster area level. I don't know if anyone's going to want to do this with me. I'm offering them basically 2 to 1. But I have enough maps to carry on, so let's not be inefficient for a change. And let's head into this corrupted area. Oh, I can also get my last 2 Atlas skill points if I want to do this as my megaliths, which is the boss run, right? The gauntlet. It's Enlightening Shrine to help our journey to 94. Another depths. Yeah, I might as well hop down there. I was dubious about Gorgirdle, but I have to say it feels very good. Amanamu's Tithe. Oh, apparently that's a Tink. That's the one that gives me modifiers when minions die. I guess it's because of the like Infernal Legion builds with wolves. You just get your wolves to blow up and give you a bunch of modifiers, like a pseudo headhunter. Oh, hey, Mr. Machiavelli, how's it going? Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying it. That's what I like to hear, that things are going well. They don't always, you know, when I post a build. Sometimes I miss things that seem obvious to me, you know, and it trips people up, but glad you're enjoying it. It's a fun build, eh? I do love some run and gun, as you can see. It's all I do in various forms. Oh, fuck. I am the Divine Shrine now. Whereabouts are you with it? Are you in endgame? Oh, for Act 2, right? Yeah, I'm not sure how good it is for, you know, leveling. Because I didn't level it. I didn't level with it. So if you get stuck, there are options, though I haven't posted any of them. But if you get stuck at any point, you can always fall back on something like Gas Grenade, and I think Dream Core probably has the go-to leveling guide for that. Or you can just switch to like Permafrost bolts for a little bit, which is very comfortable for campaign. Or if you're like me, you can just, you know, struggle through and accept that Jaman Ra is going to take 10 minutes to kill, as has happened a few times. You hate Dreamcore? I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, you mean Jamon Ra, right? Oh, okay. Right. Sorry, the enforced delay on YouTube makes it difficult to know what you're responding to. There's nothing I can do about the delay, unfortunately. I guess I just buy some King in the Mist stuff. Hey, protagonist, how's it going? Nice, T3 sim, good. Build complete, eh? Now just Uberter to go. Alright, 6 mil through DR, not bad. Yes, you'll be pleased to know, protagonist, that I investigated Gore-Girdle. I went and read what the item did, and realized that I thought it capped all damage reduction at 50%, but it does not cap elemental. And so I completely respect my tree. Once again, I spent all my gold again. And I am now Gore-Girdle. Yeah, it is. And it also allowed me to unspec from Blade Catcher and unspec from Encasing Jade. And then use those points with some other sacrifices to come over into Catalysis and get an extra dual socket. So now I have, what, 5 jewels? Or I'm about to have 5 jewels. Yeah, so it took me for fizz damage reduction, it took me from 4.9k max fizz hit with Ingenuity to 6.3, I think I'm at. 6.2. And it increased my DPS by 100k, the respec. Alright, let's see how much Aminamu's tithe is then. I just found one. Oh, it's only 3 div. I say only. But there's no sell orders up, just buy orders. What does that mean? How much is it on standard? Let's have a look. Don't fancy listening to that song. Oh, okay, it's even cheaper on standard. I just sell it for 3 div. Whatever. But yeah, my the jackpot item I found sold, so I got to do some spending. I ended up spending like 120 div. But the Heart of the Well I bought, uh, which isn't that great, was 50 div. And I checked on Normal League and they are 5 for an even better one. So that felt bad. What spirit gems am I using? Herald of Thunder, Scavenge Plating, and Charge Infusion. And then I swap Herald of Thunder to Attrition on bosses. I feel very tanky now. Way tankier than before. Don't even need to look at mods anymore. It might even be better to use Time of Need, but I'm not sure. Over like Charge Reg. Charge Reg might not be necessary anymore, but it does give me more ES. But yeah, POB says 1,000,000 DPS for Shockburst now, but I don't believe it. I think it massively overestimates Fresh Clip. Yeah, I don't know if, does it still behave strangely with Temporal Chains though, where sometimes it lasts for way too long, even, you know, even though you should have, it should be removing it and then it just doesn't sometimes. But what I do need is probably to swap a piece of gear and swap some life for mana. Because my mana on kill sometimes doesn't really cut it. 91% duration reduction, dang. Alright, that's pretty cool. Does that mean it's going off like multiple times a second? Oh, fuck. Oh, I see. That would have probably killed me with Ingenuity. Although I think that might have been Chaos damage. But yeah, I'd like to hit level 94 for my final gem socket. And then I'm going to go do Simulacrum. I think Simulacrum's going to feel quite easy. I'm debating whether to spend 35 to 50 divines on a level 20 spirit gem for Herald of Thunder. Half 0.51, so almost twice a second. Maybe I'll treat myself to a level 20 spirit gem if one of the Aziri's regalias that I flipped sells. I paid like 8 div for a regalia that's worth upwards of 90. Uncorrupted. Evasion percentage, but soul cause. It's shield soul cause, which I think is one of the better ones, eh? Because of the crit damage reduction. I don't know if evasion probably devalues it a bit, but we'll see. Right. Yeah, so they are desirable. I guess it's just things move slow. Yeah, I really need a bigger mana pool. I also managed to fit run and gun back in, which I realized is quite broken with galvanic shards. Extra projectiles with galvanic shards is really, really strong. Because it increases each beam, so you get 3 beams from each fragment, or each shot. Ooh, Essence of Delirium. That's not the good one. No, it's not the fragment that it's good with. It's the beam that the ability fires. So when the fragments hit enemies that are near each other, it creates chaining lightning beams. Those are also counted as projectiles. And so if you have increased projectiles, it increases the number of beams. That was how it worked last patch anyway. I don't know if it's been changed or fixed. Yes, so you get more fragments and more beams. Which was why Deadeye Galvanic was so good. Because they get the guaranteed +1 proj. Oh, I can't believe I survived that. Oh. How much HP does this lady have? Ooh, I think my totem saved me there. Maybe, maybe I had the defensive buff from Turtle as well. Oh, it's the random notable, yeah. That's not the good one. I'm not sure if I've ever seen someone using a Delirium crafted chest. I was also considering just replacing Fresh Clip with Rigwalds for more consistent damage. Because I think one of the issues is the chance not to expend means I don't reload that often. So it seems like you're going to reload 28 bolts, but it's just, I don't think it's very consistent. And I don't know if emergency reload is counting as a reload either. So it's like, I find it hard to even get down to 0 bolts sometimes. But I think Rigwalds are a bit pricey on this server. I don't think I can even afford one unless I sell something. Okay, they're 45. And I mean, Rakiatis is obviously the best choice, which also then frees up some Elipen nodes, but they are 200 divines. So yeah, maybe I just throw Rigwalds in. Let's see if I can get away with buying one for 46. Would it be worth taking off the passive? No. Well, it might be worth taking it off. Yeah, I could switch it to Galvanic because it's really good for Galvanic. Because I definitely wouldn't be able to afford the mana if I had to pay for every reload. Let's buy Rigwalds anyway. But yeah, I think you're right. That's a good point. I could just not. And then we can just grab some Ellie damage, probably. No, attack speed. Attack speed is the answer, I believe. Let me double check. And then I'll put the node back on probably, because it is good to not have to reload. 3% attack speed would be 27k. Yeah, attack speed was the answer. I will try that. How much are splinters as we're getting close? Yeah, I'm using Lavianges. 6 to 1. 6 times 15 is 90. Okay. People are being a bit silly with the divine conversion. No, I can't get to those nodes. They're too far away. I'm still using Subterfuge Mask. It's still the best anoint. The one by Catalysis. There's one by Catalysis. Oh, you're right, there is. I forgot about that one. Oh, thank you. I forgot that was there. Yeah. I was even using it on my Pathfinder. That's 4. It will take me 5 to get to it. I guess I kind of want it for Galvanic as well. This is 5 nodes. This is 5 nodes for 9, 12, 18. And this is 5 nodes for 2, 4, 6, 22. Yeah, it could be. It could be. Let's check the Oracle. So this is 3 nodes for 74k, and this is 5 nodes for 190k. Yeah, so I could drop the Ellie with Ellie against ailments. Yeah. God, attack speed is such an enormous multiplier, eh? Each of these are 36. This is 38. That's 72. That's 140 for 5 nodes. It's only 50k. That's 130k for 4 nodes. Shard Scavenger. I think the problem with Shard Scavenger is the long cooldown, and I only have one bolt. It's the same problem as Arjun's Medal. Another solution is Ratha's Assault and Arjun's Medal in combination, if I gave up some damage. So because it starts reloading after I fire the bolt, I found that Shard Scavenger, it had the same problem with Explosive Shot. I didn't have time. Like there wasn't enough time before it starts reloading itself for it to reload the bolt, and it didn't override it. I won't fire it. Oh, Shard Scavenger gives you a buff. Right. Ah, I forgot about the buff. This is 30, 104, 70. Huh. Drop this one, that's 24, 54, 120. Okay, I can get a 70k DPS boost, which isn't that big in the grand scheme of things, but it does help with reload speed. Oh yeah, yeah. No, I'm fully aware that attack speed is the best for Shockburst. Thanks to POB screaming it at me whenever I hover over something. They do start to converge a bit at a certain level of attack speed. But yeah, it's only 70k. I mean, I say only, right? So I drop this damage node, this damage node. Yeah, but I'm looking at weapon set 1. I don't really have the spare points, like, generally. Oh, I guess I could drop this, but then I'd have to take this point anyway. I don't feel particularly constrained for my clear. Just single target I care about now. Clear feels fine. But yeah, I guess I'd take, I drop that, drop this, drop these 3. It takes me up to 1.1. Go from the west side. You mean this node? Yeah, but then I'm swapping 20k DPS for an attribute node. Alright? I think this works though. I think this is the thing that preserves the most general damage. Right, but I need a generic point, alright? In order to get to the jewel this way, I need a generic point. Which I don't have. Yeah, I think this is fine, right? It's a modest increase. But it will probably just generally make things feel better on Shockburst. But yeah, I appreciate the optimization. Every little helps, eh? So I'm dropping damage, damage. There we go. There's another citadel. Yes, I am. I just removed one of them. Just on Shockburst, though. It's only slightly bigger than default because I only have one source of increased presence area. So I probably need to spend time closer to the bosses. Where do you see presence area? Is it here? Oh, it's not in this list, eh? But I just have one jewel. So what's that? 22% increased presence area. Oh. So, right. I would have to switch to mouse and keyboard, but it's 20. It's 4 meters plus 22% of 4 meters, right? Which is a fifth. So, 4.8. No, wait, 8. Yeah, 4.8 meters. So yeah, I just need to make sure I'm a bit closer to bosses. It's okay. We can just do the math. It's 4.8. There's only one source. My favorite skill, just in the game. Good question. Favorite build. I think I like builds for different reasons. Because like some are more satisfying to put together. Like getting this working has been pretty satisfying, and I appreciate your help in with all your ideas. Because it hasn't been easy to make this feel tanky and do decent damage. But I think unfortunately Pathfinder is the most fun to play, right? Just because it's unhindered by some of the poor quality of life. We'll say. I don't necessarily want a game that involves going fast, but you kind of need to. Yeah, it's a good point, right? Oh crap! That has proximal, as to his friends. I'm looking forward to seeing what they cook up with maybe. I guess even if they move into the smaller pack size effectiveness scaling option, you're still going to have to be. You're still going to have to be able to move, right? To be able to deal with the abilities of the packs if they're not dying instantly. So yeah. I mean, what's been your favorite? I mean, I obviously really love the crossbow ammo skills because I just can't stop making builds with them. I love the way, for the most part, I love the way crossbows feel. There's still some kinks to be worked out with the reload mechanic. Yeah, good movement means more DPS. And with all of the mechanics that care about how far away you are from the enemy, getting in and out of combat as well, or in and out of, melee range, even if you're not melee. Armor piercing rounds, explosive shot. Yeah. Fantasy guns, eh? Alright, let's do Delirium Boss. Got no mana. Nice to see Brutus Brain doing its job though. Okay. Running out of mana there was not ideal. Yeah, I guess the answer is not expend bolts and Rigwolds. And find a way to get mana back on my gear. I do have a pair of gloves that I can give up some defense for mana and actually a little bit more damage. Simple and elegant. Yeah, I'm sorry that they killed it, but I'm sure you'll find something else. Are you going to make a video about your mana stacker? Ooh, +1 monster level. I guess I'll do that. I really want to hit 94. This one seems fine. And then I'm going to get that map I just accidentally deposited. Oh, it's a dig site though. Yeah, I've been really enjoying, writing the script for the yappy video that I want to make. I don't think I'll even be that bothered if it doesn't do very well. Just be good to make it and get my thoughts down. Something that isn't just a bog standard build video. You know, I find myself just, laying in bed and then I'll have an idea for something else I want to say in the video and get up and write, which doesn't really happen when I'm making build videos. I kind of just put the camera on and start talking about the build. I mean, there would probably still be value in it, right? If you're talking about the principles of making builds. I think for me, the theme will be that I enjoy working within constraints. And I think it's a good way to approach getting more out of the game. You know, if you want to get some form of creativity out of the game, so you set yourself constraints and work within them, and problem solving within those constraints is also less stressful than being presented with the dizzying freedom of like every ability, every ascendancy, every passive tree. You're using every OP thing. Where my Dr. Main at? Walk on permafrost for leveling, companion damage, move pen reduction. Yeah. Nova Proj, Tailwind, Last Lament. I'm hitting overruns, but not dark domains, eh? Is it too much to ask? Oh fuck. Meteors are scary no matter how much defense you have. Well, at least no one can afford them now. Oh, this map's full of checkpoints. Forget my temple. Is that the build that does like negative self-resistance? Wait, how does it combo with Rakiatas? Actually, not sure what that's referring to. See if I need to do this last ritual. Dextral exaltation. Not even a sniff of a omen of corruption or sinistral or dextral crystallization. Ah, you can make monsters lightning red. Ah, so you can always Rakiatas. That's pretty cool. And it actually sets the monster resistance to 75 rather than treats them as though they have 75, right? If only there was a target dummy so you could actually test. Strange sounds coming from my radiator. Guess I have to go fight the boss. God, this boss like gets me so much. Almost tempted to fail the map on purpose and do him on an easier tier. But, you know, fortune favors the brave. I'm out of mana. Okay, we got him. T2 lightning, T5 fizz, 6 proj. I can do another T16 and then that should hit me to 94. And then I can do some pinnacle content. T3 fizz, T2. Oh, no armor applies, unfortunately. This would have gone a lot quicker if I was running experience tablets, but I also want to find an Abyssal Depths. I don't really know why. I just, I want to find one of those 75 div Omen of Lights. Imagine what we could do with a single Omen of Light. I could re-roll the 21 strength on my amulet. Wouldn't that be fun? I could probably buy a better amulet for 75 div. Maybe not. ES life, global defense. Benchmarks. I think once I hit, hitting 96 would allow me to grab the Gem Enthusiast nodes, which I think would then I would class the build as finished. But in terms of content, I need to do sim. Oops. I think I went and stood on a dot there. Sim and Ubiter. What is happening? Why are they hitting so hard? Yeah, I don't think Convalescence is worth it. It's not like don't really have any, recharge speed. I think that would be giving up too much. I've only got 1300 ES. I can always drop a totem if I want 20% more damage reduction. For nasty packs. And a bit of a, meat shield in the form of the spirits. Right, but what would I would remove either scavenge plating or charge reg. Charge reg is what gives me another, 300 ES? Scavenge plating is not insignificant for my EHP. So giving up one of those just to be able to recharge 1000 energy shield out of 3k life. And I would still need to probably hit my health flask. And I would need to notice to use it. Which I don't always. Yeah, I did think about a companion. It's these corrupted monsters, eh? Oh, and I'm deep in delirium. That's why everything's hitting so hard. I always forget. Now that you can't see the fog as easily, I always forget when delirium is up. I could probably turn it off. Without the circus music, I can't say I miss it. Hooray! So 28% increased damage and 4% attack speed. And a dead stat. Though I do have a jewel in my stash, ready to be rolled. But it turns out I find rolling with craniums uh, not that effective because of the amount of times 1% attribute appears. Yeah, I did look at. I was shopping for jewels earlier, so I do have a good jewel, right? But this one has double attack speed and attack damage. So if I roll another attack damage, then you know it's already rolled well, so it was worth spending the cranium on. I just made this, I just slapped a couple of transmutant orgs on it. But I do like having a little bit of balance between attack speed and damage, so I'm not that fussed if it doesn't work out better. Because it's nice having more damage for Galvanic as well, not everything is a boss. Uh, okay, those are all useless. Alright, well, I guess I can take some energy shield. I think I'll just keep the double damage instead of double attack speed. Yeah, I've seen plenty of putrefied jewels. The problem is you can't divine them, right? And roll ranges are quite extensive. At least if you just hit the mods you want with normal rolling. Oh no, what am I doing? It's not my stash. Okay, I'm gonna have a quick bathroom break and then I will do some pinnacles. So I'll BRB. We're back. Alright, let's try Simulacrum. Have enough for T2 at least. And I'm going to respec back to reload speed. Bolts fired. Let's do this and this. Alright. Simulacrum, here we come. This will be the real test of the defenses. Mana is an issue again. I might go shopping. Or switch to my mana gloves. Let's have a quick look. Do I have them in my... Oh, I don't. Okay, let's pop back to town. Have a look. I've got a pair of gloves with 80 mana on them, which might help a bit. But I'd be giving up like 600 armor and some life on kill. For mana and lightning damage. I could also give up that's probably too much to give up. That's giving up some armor applies to Ellie and armor and life. Yeah. This is about the same amount of armor, but I don't know what it does to my resistances. If I equip these, yeah, I'll lose the fire res, which is an issue. But we can try with an extra 100 mana. If I die, I die. What about rings? It's really hard to replace my rings now that I don't have ingenuity. This is fire, lightning, cold, mana. Is damage. It's quite a big damage loss, I think, and I think it messes up my resistances. Oh no, resistances are fine. Just. Oh no, I haven't changed anything yet. Alright, yeah, then I lose too much cold res. Too much dancing around. But I'll try the extra 100 mana. Let's check what it says in POB. It shouldn't be too bad. So I gain 40k damage. I lose 282 max hit. I lose some chaos max hit for some reason. Oh, I guess I've lost some life. Yeah, I'm going to try it though. Might be okay. I'd rather find out in T2 sim than T3. The extra 100 mana not only gives me more of a buffer, but it makes leech better and my base mana regenerate better. And the extra flat lightning damage is actually quite significant for Galvanic, more so than Shockburst. Probably helps with Herald of Thunder as well. Mana sucking rares is not what I want to see, eh? Goddamn vampires. We'll probably start seeing bosses soon. You know what I should also equip though? I think dropping Bleed Charm for Stun Charm is probably the right choice in Simulacrum as well. Maybe I can get a Stun Charm that restores mana. Well, everything's dying fast, so that helps, but only takes a quick stun lock, doesn't it? Oh, there's a stash here. Let's see if I have any stun charms that give me mana. This gives 24. That's not very good. I probably want more than that. Oh, I guess I accidentally removed charms from my inventory. From my loot filter, I guess. Item level is too low. Alright, well, I'm not going to go in shopping for one, so let's just replace it. Oh, multi-proj. Oh, fuck. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, that was close. I got a little bit too focused on Kosis. I should have just avoided his attacks and kept killing the normal monsters. That one was on me. Monster Life, Chain. Alright. Chain tells me I don't want to summon a totem, right? Because I could end up just getting shotgunned. Uh-oh. Mana, 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 mana. Hmm. Might have to give up damage. I don't know what the other option would be. Another duel with mana on kill. I also don't know if I should be... I guess life on ballistas is related to their level, so I probably don't want to downgrade if I'm using them. Yeah, ancestral spirits don't make seeing things very easy, do they? Yeah, I'm not confident I'm going to be able to do T3 sim unless I have... yeah, unless I have closer to like 900 to 1,000 mana, probably. The turtle does put me at 2k energy shield. With 11. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, sketchy. Oh. Oh, reloading Shockburst just costs so much mana. Oh, we're just eating everything, eh? Think. More monster life. And remove charges on hit. That'll be fun. Like if I stop to deal with Kosis and Omnophobia, I just get absolutely destroyed by the normal monsters. So I just have to hope that my Galvanic takes care of them. Oh, lots of tinks though. Two more waves and two more lives. Okay, one more wave. Life, crit chance. No crit damage though. Monsters are evasive. Okay, this might be okay. Wait for my manager to regen. Manager, mana. Easy for you to say. You just need to cast the totems every now and again, you know? Alright, we got the boys. We did it. T2 Sim. The helm dropped. No Megalo. T5 Dreaming. Accuracy, of course. Yeah, T3 is going to be tough. I think it would involve a little bit of luck. a bigger mana pool and juggling totems at the right time. Meganords. We like Meganords. But I have no use for it. I'm not leveling another character on this server. I did look at the fonts, but they only work if you deal physical damage. They have been nerfed. They provide you a leech while you're in the radius for your fizz damage, I believe. Or it's, I looked at them. Maybe it's, or it's the like the damage the totem does. Let's have a look. Yeah, allies in the mana font leech mana equal to 12% of the physical damage dealt by the totem. So it's like, you know, I'm not really scaling fizz. Plus, trying to stay within a mana font is going to be tricky. Oh, Mana Leech. You know, I forgot about Mana Leech from Oisin's Oath. I would need a source of it, though. Yeah, good point. Is there any on the tree? There's not, right? There's mana on kill over here. Hmm. When I had a bunch of mana rolls on my gear, like on my rings, and I was at 1,000 mana, everything felt fine. Gem Enthusiast will help as well a little bit. But I'm 2 levels away from that. Let's lower the cost of these regalias. I could convert my mana cost to life. I did roll this this regalia, which is pretty good, but unfortunately, I don't think I can deal with mana cost converted to life. Probably for the same reason, right? I can't leech it back. But yeah, I'd need a new pair of gloves. I do have a search running. I'd have to craft them myself. Like this pair is 60. I could try and roll the suffix for mana leech. Do I have 60x? Yeah, rings, but my rings are really hard to replace. Like this ring gives me so much damage, and this one gives me so much resistance that I need. And like, unfortunately, there just aren't many options available on Second Wind. Like a ring that has lightning damage, mana, and life of any role is like 200 divines because there just aren't any. So it's tough. I could give up some damage from this ring. Uh, so I would need one with 43 fire res, 20 lightning res, 15 cold res. Oh, but that's yeah. So that would have to be solved with the implicit and an all res, and then it would also need mana leech. Okay, so there are options if I give up the damage mods, basically. And then swap out something for Oisin's Oath on Galvanic. It's like they go 1, 1, 2, 5, 20, 100. I mean, this is very good for me. Yeah, red mana with Time of Need on short duration. Big brain stuff. But I'll add it to my notes for things to look at. Yeah, so it's either give up some damage for some mana rolls, or give up some damage for some mana leech. I could also give up a bit of damage from my jewels. Well, I could replace this with a sapphire that has like elemental damage and mana on kill. Is an option. Do I have enough ritual splinters to do T2? Probably not, but we can buy some. Someone's outbid me for a Rigwolds. How dare they? What do I need? Like 20? Why are they so expensive? Why is it rounding them up? I don't understand. Oh, it's 140 exalts worth. Right. Mm, That's probably enough. My flask regen 60. And I don't think you can corrupt it to be better than 70, right? I could corrupt it and re-roll it and see if that helps. Where are you leading me? Oh, there we go. I don't see the point of this. Like, I don't get it. I don't find it particularly adds anything interesting to this fight. Ooh, a whittling. What's that, like 100 divines? A mirror? It's basically a mirror, isn't it? So yeah, I guess Thursday's stream will be solving the last issue of this build, which is mana. I will hopefully find some time to play before then and level up to 96, because that will help. $68 divines. What the fuck is happening? You'd think it was a Hinakora's lock. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's got to be profitable to run King of the Mist, right? Those prices. $25. 25. I just checked them. It's like four to one. So that's 3 div a run, I guess, on T3. $15 dex, 25 ingenuity. It's probably not very good. This one only has 1 charm slot though. How often do you think you get a whittling from a King of the Mist? It's not very often, right? Is it better than 1 in 10? Or would it would need to be, to make profit, it'd need to be better than 1 in 20. The suffixes suck. More like sucks fixes. Am I right? You know, amelioration on this server is like a div or more. I think it's about a div. Yeah, me too. That might be the. I think I've had in all of my King of the Mist kills, and I haven't ever farmed him, but since the game came out, I think I've had one annulment omen and like maybe 2 witlings, including that one. I guess I'm just gonna run 120% experience gain. I do want to level up. I can do one more map. One more map. It's an easy boss. Give me 2 secs. Mustn't forget to turn Herald of Thunder back on. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about ancestral spirits. The totems obviously help with EHP. But like all of the extra screen clutter is not really wanted. But I don't think I can turn it off. If I want the totem tanking, I have to have ancestral spirits. There's no which way about it. Oh, that's a crit shrine. And I am temp chained. Can I have the crit shrine, please? No, it's not a crit shrine, is it? It's a rarity shrine. My bad. I've just taken damage. Just eating hits. Yeah, maybe I'll buy some experience tablets and do a quick level to 96 tomorrow evening. See if I can find some alternate gear. Another depths. Always a depths, never a bride. They need to change this. That will be one of my feedbacks. Please make the second set of Abyss Atlas points deterministic. I think they should have kept homogenizing Regal. I don't really see a use for perfect Regal orbs when essences exist. Apart from like extreme gambling. Okay, I guess I should take a T5 dueling wand. Yeah, the really annoying thing is I had one really early on. And I died. You gonna cast your other void? Come on. Oh, king. There we go. And echoes? That's like 10 div, whatever. Yeah, it was like long before I sorted out my defenses. I died to the depths boss. I just ate one of his attacks. I think it's like the first time it's ever happened. My DPS sucked, so I didn't delete him. But it was also, I think I got it before I got the, like it was my first depths was a dark domain. So I don't even know if I would have got 4 points. I assume so. Just eating Eternal Nights. That's how tanky I am. This might be my first Warbringer stream with no deaths. Famous last words. Why are you hitting yourself? Yeah. I guess if we have to have Reflect in the game, that's the version I want. Oops. I got hit by... I win. Oh, we didn't get one shot. What do you mean you can't see them? You can see them when your health disappears. It's very simple. You just look in the bottom left corner, and if you don't have any health left, there's an Eternal Night there. Very easy to see. Oh, there's an essence. Ah, yeah, you got me there. Your health is always going down. I guess you need to look at the blue ball instead then. The old Eternal Night blue ball. I should probably suck it up and buy an amelioration if I want to hit 96 though. I don't think I'm going to be this lucky all the time. Especially if I stop paying attention and run into packs like that. More than 50 monsters remain. Well, they have experience for me, so I want them. You're hiding in the corner. What are we going to do tonight, Brain? Oh. Oh no! Sprint death, almost. It doesn't actually increase their level though, right? It just makes them harder. I thought. And difficulty above 4 has no additional effect. Yeah, it doesn't increase their level. It's a good idea though. But it's max 4. Because if it increased their level, then you could run like what, T13 and get 82 bases, is it, or something? Or T14, which we cannot. But that's the end of the stream. Yeah, I think it's because they don't want people like getting to 100 in 20 hours, you know? Or like making it too easy to find all the best bases, but then they added Temple and it's so easy to find all the bases in Temple. But that's the end of the stream today. I think I made some good progress. Perhaps not as much as I wanted to. I thought I'd solved all the problems of the build, but we have that one last tiny problem of mana. So hopefully I can solve that on Thursday, and then we will be free to make a video and then go and play in Timmy League. So I will catch you later. Thanks for hanging out. Good to see you. Good night. Bye.